Hey guys, 64 here. Just a real quick message. When we booked our first shows in Random, we discovered that the mod that we were using, it wasn't a bad mod. Obviously, there were things that we disagreed with openly, but all in all, it's not that bad of a mod. But it's not really suitable for a 4-brand anything without literally taking the best talent from all over the world. So a 4-brand WWE save is going to be really hard with this mod. So after our first weeks, we actually decided to switch the mod and change it to the Landix mod. We were using the Real World Chronicles. I'd suggest using Real World Chronicles if you're not going to do 4-brand, but if you're going to do 4-brand, it's probably your best bet to use the Landix mod. So ignore the ratings in this show. Ignore what we say about the ratings in all 4 of our shows. And after each show, this will be on Tyler's channel too. After each show, we'll actually show the card after I reran the show through the Landix mod. So all the storylines and stuff will stay the same. We're not changing anything. That's what that card at the end of the screen is going to be for, okay? Cool.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the 4-brand WWE save. We have the moment we've all been waiting for.
I'm pretty sure everyone was waiting for Raw, but, no.
No. We have
It's not Glizzy.
NXT saving the day, as it always has been in WWE. And we have an absolutely jam-packed card today. We have King of the Ring qualifiers. We have women's qualifiers. We got to get all our title situation settled out. So we open up the show with William Regal, and he's all right, let me explain this shit. We had the 4-brand draft. Some people have left NXT. Some people are staying. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But NXT is still going to be the clean ship run by yours truly. So Keith Lee and Adam Cole, they're going to be having a rematch at SummerSlam for the prestigious NXT title. And for the other matches, we have the women's title will be settled in a miniature tournament. We have the King of the Ring, NXT will be represented in as well. We have another kind of chance to be in the North American title match. It's going to be a fatal 4-way at SummerSlam. And most importantly is the tag team division of NXT. I haven't set anything in stone yet, but I am going to be watching all of our tag team action days. So I want everybody out there to prove themselves so they can get that shot at the NXT tag title, which will be at SummerSlam as well. And he kind of walks off after smiling, his big old smile like that. In this absolute barn burner of a fucking match, Lince Dorado and Manny Favorino fight to get to see who will go in the King of the Ring. And it's Lince Dorado that wins the match and getting his spot in King of the Ring. He's going to see if he can go to SummerSlam. I was going to say he was going to go, but he's going to see if he gets the chance to represent NXT at SummerSlam in the King of the Ring tournament. And then we have just an epic video. Roman Reigns is coming to NXT. We see his past accolades, his awesome Superman punches that definitely don't look like shit, his spear that's definitely the best in the business. He came from NXT. He was the lifeblood of NXT, and now he's coming back. Roman Reigns is coming. You better be prepared, NXT.
Hey,
So then after that, we have all of the Undisputed Era backstage with kind of just like them behind Adam Cole. As Adam Cole's talking about Keith Lee, he says, look, Great American Bash, absolute fluke. Absolute cringe. You have no idea how embarrassing it was to lose the NXT title on that level. You see, there's just a lot going through my head. There is this preparations for this weird draft that we had going through. There's no reason I should have lost that title on any other day. But SummerSlam is just that. Any other day for me. Because I'm going to beat you, Keith. And I'm going to get my NXT title back. And as he's around, Edge kind of just is walking by like he probably knocked something over. And Adam Cole is like, oh, this dude. And like the whole Undisputed Era walk up to him and Edge is just like, okay, what's this? And Adam's like, having fun here in NXT, old man? Edge is like, don't call me an old man, dude. It hurts my feelings. And Adam Cole says, you know what? Facts don't care about your feelings. And Roderick Strong's like, oh, Adam, you're going down a path you don't want to go. So they just pull him aside, and Edge, they just leave, and Edge is just like, I don't even know what just happened. I don't even know what just happened.
No.
And then that's that whole segment.
I was reciting that all, remember.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh.
And then we have a kind of, well, it's for the position to become NXT Women's Champion, which I should have explained earlier, will be a fatal 4-way, not at SummerSlam, but at the last episode of NXT, since there's already just too much going on.
The go-home show.
Yeah, the go-home show. So Jenny gets a chance to showcase against Asuka, but Asuka is, Asuka, and yeah, she destroys poor Jenny. Jenny does not have a good night tonight. Just absolutely dominates her in every sense of the form, and hits with a spin kick. She don't even get the Asuka lock. Just kicks her right in the head. 1, 2, 3 for the win.
Damn. Fucking
Decapitation.
Decapitation.
And then after that, the Iconics come out, and the Iconics, they do their little pose. They're having fun. There's like, it's so good to be back in NXT. You don't know how off it was to be in Raw. They don't even give you snacks. It's terrible.
Well,
but besides that, Asuka, you were NXT Women's Champion for a long time. I think that's pretty much understandable to kind of lowball it. But you don't need it again. Why do you even want it? Why are you even in this? And not only that, but there's no chance that you're going to win. Because there's one Iconic and two Iconics that are going to be in that match. And then, Mara was like, they haven't even gotten their qualifying matches yet. But they're like, we are the Iconics. The NXT Women's title, we've never had the chance to win it, will be Iconic no matter what you do. And Asuka's just kind of sitting there like, I got to deal with this again. Like, okay, whatever. Like, just annoyed the fact that the Iconics followed her back to NXT. The downside of going back to the best brand in the business.
Hey, do you think it'd be okay if I sue the Iconics for defamation of character?
No.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that they are spreading lies about Monday Night Raw. We treat our wrestlers with respect and integrity, and
All right, so tag team time. You gotta love it when it's tag team time in NXT. And for these two teams, it's all about getting noticed. There's no official thing with what's gonna happen at TakeOver, but Ever Rise have been here for a while, and they want to prove themselves to the audience. And you know what they do? Because they go the distance. Well, not really, but when it's the War Raiders you're up against, it's going the distance. The War Raiders, they showcase themselves though too. That they're the big guys, but they could play the indie game. When you want to bring flippy shit, we'll bring flippy shit. It don't matter. And they just, and near the end, it's the Ever Rise get a good strong start, but at the end, you're always going to get hit with the fallout. And Rowe pins Matt Mattel in 13:38 for the win, and that kind of eye being sent to William Regal that says, "Hey, titles, give them to me now." Because I think they just think that you can just take the titles, but they're War Raiders. Yeah. They're known for their wrestling, not their smarts.
They're not exactly the ripest.
War.
Trump, shut the fuck up! We're gonna lose our sponsors. Jesus.
Debating with the Fallout 76.
And after that, Pete Dunne is taping up his fist. He's getting ready for our main event, his King of the Ring qualifier against Chad Gable. And that's important. Remember, Chad, not Shorty G, Chad. But regardless, Pete Dunne's taping up his fist. He's getting ready to go. And then he just looks to the side and he's like, oh, God. And Matt Riddle comes around. He's like, bro, I'm back. They kicked me off the main roster already. And Pete Dunne's like, yeah, I expected that. He's like, look, I know you got this King of the Ring qualifier, but you got my back for the tag team. Broserweights, right? Tag team titles. And Pete Dunne's like, yeah, I guess. It's whatever. And Matt Riddle's like, yeah, I knew it was going to be like that, bro. And he's like, he basically says he's going to accompany Pete on his match for for his match against Chad Gable. Wish him luck. And the Broserweights have officially been reunited in NXT by circumstances outside of our control.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's that whole segment.
But do you think that since Chad's gimmick is now that he's a Chad, that his theme song opens up like Chavo's, but it's like, ooh, Gable.
No, it's like an epic. Like I mentioned, his new theme song is like an epic, like drums beating. Well, you just hear Chad being chanted, and it's like war, but with Chad. Can I get one, Jerome?
Chad.
Yes,
Chad.
I love it. So we have a hype package, a long hype package. We are detailing the history of Keith Lee in NXT. This monster of a man, just how he just goes nuts in NXT. He debuted in 2018. He dominated the scene. He had amazing matches with ECW's Dominic Dijakovic. He dominated Roderick Strong to win the North American title. And just recently, at the Great American Bash, he became the double champion of NXT. Keith Lee proved any doubters, which little he probably had in the first place. But now he's in a different place. He's obviously relinquished the North American title. It is what it is. But he says at the end, it finally cuts to him talking. He says, Adam Cole, I heard what you said. Just another day. There are no just another days for me. When you're this limitless, the greatness is just absolutely constant. And he just says he's going to beat the absolute nut out of him at SummerSlam, as one would expect. And he's going to retain his title, hyping up the NXT's, I guess you could call it SummerSlam main event, whatever match will be, or wherever on the card it is what it is. But he's going to beat Adam Cole. That's basically what this whole segment was about.
Right.
And then we cut to our main event here.
Wait, can I just say that I love, since we're trying not to swear during the promos, that your alternate for saying shit was beat out the living nut.
Yeah. It wasn't that I was even trying to swear. I don't know why. I think it was just because I naturally just want to say something stupid.
I'm gonna beat all of the fucking semen out of Adam.
You will literally not be able to make me.
All right, main event of the evening.
An absolute fucking Matt classic that I don't think any other brand could compete with. Chad Gable and Pete Dunne just go to town on each other. This is like NXT at its finest. It's a wrestling match. That's what it is. It's a wrestling match, true and true. And it's pretty even. Like Chad, despite the huge name, you think you have an ego. But no, Chad, he's a humble man. He got his name back. He capitalizes it because he does not want to lose that name again. But Pete Dunne, gives him a run for his money. But as during a point where Chad is thrown over the ropes, probably maybe like bumps into Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's like, whoa, bro, didn't mean it. And there's a little bit of an with the referee. Hanson from the Warriors comes in and just clotheslines the shit out of Pete Dunne, knocks his brain all the way back to England, rolls out back under the ring, and Chad Gable, none the wiser, hits, I don't know, like a moonsault or something, and pins Pete Dunne to earn his spot. He is back in King of the Ring, as now representing NXT, but he's going to go the distance. At least is his mind. I can assume this is what he is. We don't know for sure. But all we know is that the War Raiders just cost Pete Dunne his chance to get to King of the Ring. Well, yes, I did set everyone to fighting. Why do you ask?
How did you know?
After the main event, we have just a fucking epic clash of Titans. The War Raiders come in. Matt Riddle, he's like, okay, no more Mr. Nice, bro. They start fighting. Pete Dunne, of course, he's pissed off. But then the Lucha House Party, they run down to the ring. And this is odd since Lince Dorado, he has a shot at the King of the Ring qualifier. He runs in. They clean house on the War Raiders. The numbers game proves too much, and the heels have to retreat as the Broserweights and Lucha House Party, a kind of respect being thrown between them, are shown, and they're just kind of nodding. And yeah, that's about it as we end the show. Our first NXT.
Nice.
And we got the epic meme rating. Why, yes, I did get a 69. Why do you ask? And we got the epic meme rating. Of course, NXT had to save the day. When can you not save the day?
I
NXT.
mean, all right.
I cringe. And yeah, that's our first NXT. A lot of things developing. We have all these random qualifying things because our titles were vacated. We're gonna have to see how that goes. We're gonna have to see how Pete Dunn and everything else is working out. And I think we'll just see you all in the next episode. Well, actually, the next episode is SmackDown, which will be on 64's channel.
Oh, free
So
promotion.
go there if you don't want to miss SmackDown, because I bet it's gonna be an epic fucking show.
And who is SmackDown booked by?
Jerome.
I was hoping Jerome would come in.
Oh, okay. I mean,
And who's SmackDown booked by?
Jerome.
Yeah.
epic.
Woo.